Alright guys, welcome back to another war video with some bad, some great, and some Kabam next level bullcrap. And we will get to that. First, here's some learning experience. It's very hard in this game with so many champions available to know what every single one does with every single node and ability. Lots of reading, and trust me, sometimes getting your ass kicked is the way to figure it out. And here, I'm so used to taking a special 3 with Iceman and not worrying about the damage taken. I didn't realize that when you're fighting Arcus, you're trying to back off to avoid his ability to give you the armor breaks, which then give you cold snap and you die. Problem is that his ability extends to the entire screen when he drops a special 3. And that is what happened here. So I cannot, it's something that I will not do ever again, is let him get to that special 3. And so again, you get back into here, I revive, I go in, back off, and you can see the icon underneath my bar that, you know, if you back off, it goes away. But if it extends to the entire screen, you're screwed if you're not cold snapping you. Alright, go back in again, go against this Tigra, and the AI is just very smart with this one. I had no problem. I think I'd done this fight last war, the war before. So here I go in and a little sidestep intercepted by the AI, and you get a little flustered every time you get hit. Now I'm having no problems landing these parries and going in, and then there we go. The AI kind of stops short and of the parry and does their unblockable special. Same thing right there. The AI is very smart. I finished it off with Doom. Then I jump in to this Korg on Mixed Master. Now last time I had brought Storm Pyramid X because he was Sig 200. Here I couldn't tell. And I just figured, you know what, we're going to go in with Doom. And we're just going to do what we normally do against this node. Especially because Doom is also a stubborn attacker. So I don't have to worry so much about his indestructible anymore, because every time I land the parry, I get his destructible charges on him. So I don't really have to worry about that at all, as opposed to Storm Pyramid X, where even though I could parry every time consistently against the Sig 200 Korg, I also had to worry about the indestructible. So here we go, back to the usual, Doom against Korg on Mixed Master, especially with the Suicide Masteries on him, and he goes down easy this time. So back to soloing Korg. Alright, now we get some next level Kabam crap that I don't know what to do with. So here, you'll see I'm taking a look at the node. We got Window of Opportunity Stun, and when I open, we go in and we clearly select Web Foam. Clearly, it's selected. We go into the fight. I drop, we're just going to keep this one at regular speed. Right, I go in, and the plan here is the usual, apply the first 6-hit combo. So there's my 6-hit combo, but if you look closely, when it applies, that doesn't look like a slow debuff to me, Kabam. And I didn't realize it right there, but you'll see when I go in here, I expect that I'm going to be able to go, oh, what the hell is going on here? And I'm just losing my mind. I'm like, I absolutely clicked Web Foam. Now, there are times where you forget. So I quit the fight because I was worried, did I select Web Foam or not? Then I realized that even by quitting the fight and going in, I couldn't even select anything. So now I've got to do this fight with, like, I've lost my web cartridge at this point. I've lost my mind. And I'm like, I did not want to do this fight without the web foam, because the whole point is to use the slow to your advantage. So now I've got to play around his rock stacks and deal with this the node with the window of opportunity stun. I can get a stun in, but then if I hit him after stunning him, when the timer's down, all the damage is going to be reflected back against me. Luckily, I got in some decent damage. I was able to use luckily he had Suicide Masteries, and I was able to use that. He let him take some of that recoil damage to himself, but I screwed up like in that fight, and couldn't really get out of it. Went back in with Doom, thinking, okay, like that I can just at least just play around his rock stacks if I have to. And there he goes. So that's fine. I got out of it, and I sent a ticket into Kabam. I don't know what they're going to say. They're going to give me some crap about, I'm sure everything was working as intended. So here we heal up and boost up big, because I've got this fight here against a pretty tanky 6-star Annihilus. But once I get that initial intercept in and get the get the nullifies in, either with I can stun intermittently on this one, because it's just window of opportunity stun with nothing else. So this one worked out okay. Take a few hits, but we're good. Next, this was a fun one against this Power from Afar and Kinetic Transference Nick Fury. Going with Doom, and this one's a nice one. So you try and get off the heavies to nullify that power gain at the beginning, but I know he's going to gain a ton of power here. So now it's just kind of a race to a special 3. So he gets to his, I get to mine, and now I know that in the second phase, I'm not going to be able to do this rotation because he's going to be stun immune. So I've got to be pretty quick here. I did have the, the power, the Mystic Power boost on here. And now here's a great, I quickly dash in. He doesn't throw a special 3. I'm able to steal it. And now, again, I've also got to play around the indestructible a little bit. But now we're just going to throw these back-to-back special 2s and finish this one off. So I was pretty happy with this one because it could have been a disaster. Last but not least, I'm a moron. We'll just put it out there. I completely forgot. I brought in this, the Captain America Infinity War fight thing. And what I did was I brought in with him, this is the only fight I had to try and do. I brought in Mr. Fantastic, and I brought in Dr. Octopus, and that synergy allows me to put power stings on him to try and get him to at least do some extra damage to himself. Problem is that I totally blanked, or on the fact that Captain America's ability to nullify unstoppables, that thing is immune to that nullify, and I totally blanked, and I got my butt handed to me right away. Then went back in and realized that, and went in with this fight here, and this one actually went pretty well. I took it down almost the entire. It was close to a solo, but then I let someone else. I didn't solo it, obviously. I let someone else come in and finish it off. But I felt kind of dumb. I hadn't. I don't have. I've had the junior account less time than my main one, but sometimes when you think nullify, you're always thinking Mystic champs, and I didn't realize that. The Captain America's one didn't really work against a thing. I guess I hadn't really had to use him against a big time thing in any fights recently. So, but once I realized my dumb mistake, it actually worked out pretty well once I used the SP1 to work around his rock stacks. just a stubborn attacker, so I don't have to worry so much about the indestructibles. So, you know, most of my plan worked out for this one, except, you know, sometimes there's a lot of things and you kind of either overthink it or don't read enough, but, you know, we were doing pretty well in this war, so this was kind of more of an experiment. I think we were going to win this one anyways, so, you know, can learn something for next time. So, have a good one, guys. See you in the next one.